I never realized how many people have reflux until I started asking every patient about it. So, reflux, GERD, heartburn, they're all the same thing when the stomach contents and acid backs up into the esophagus. Now, regular medical providers teach everyone that reflux is a problem of too much stomach acid, but I couldn't disagree more. For the simple fact that our esophageal sphincter, which is the valve that controls and keeps our stomach contents from refluxing and backing up into our esophagus, this valve is very pH sensitive. That means that you need sufficient enough acid for the valve to even close properly. So it makes logical sense that reflux is a problem of low stomach acid. So there's other contributors and triggers to reflux, like if you're overweight, if you smoke, certain medications, eating a lot of irritating foods, if you have H. pylori infection or a hiatal hernia, but for the most part, I think it's a problem of low stomach acid. Low stomach acid causes a lot of problems. Not only does your esophageal sphincter or valve not close properly, but not having enough stomach acid invites unwanted bacteria to grow in our stomach. For example, the bacteria H. pylori, which is really common. Then that lowers stomach acid even more, and you get a vicious cycle of low stomach acid, more bacteria, digestive issues like reflux, and so on. Then low stomach acid also keeps you from breaking down your food and absorbing your nutrients properly. So you're set up for malabsorption and deficiencies. So most medical providers will put people on acid-reducing drugs for long term and not end up confronting the real underlying problem, so it never goes away. And then patients think they're fine because their symptoms went away, which will happen when you really drop acid, but you're not necessarily okay. And good luck getting off these drugs, because once you suppress your acid for a long time, it's hard to get that to start working again naturally, but I still recommend doing it. But you're not necessarily okay, because if you have reflux, that acid can irritate the esophagus and trigger what's called abnormal cells called Barrett's esophagus, which are precancerous and can turn into esophageal cancer. So take-home messages today are that reflux is an important symptom of an underlying problem that can affect your health in your future. I don't recommend taking acid-reducing drugs for long term and thinking it's okay. If you have long-term chronic reflux, I always recommend checking it out, especially by a functional medicine practitioner that isn't going to put you on acid-reducing drugs the rest of your life. And then if you've also had chronic reflux, every person who has should get scoped at least once in their life to make sure you're not that person that will develop the abnormal cells and be at risk for esophageal cancer. So let's be positive. Let's move into talking about what you can do, and to get off these drugs, stay tuned. Research shows that clicking the thumbs up and subscribe button will make fingers healthy and strong, and besides, it's free.